opening up these 3 ports. Those ports traditionally accounted for about 50% of the exports out of the Black Sea, so they're very, very key. And as we saw this thing over the last 2 or 3 months, roughly they were shipping about 3 million tons out a month, and that's up considerably from what they were doing, prior to the agreement, but still far below what is traditionally shipped out at this time of year, because not all the ports are open. The world certainly, needs grain. The global markets are tight. But that's what happens when stocks are very, very tight, is you get very focused on the next supplier and when and what the size of that crop will be. And that's what we're seeing right now. And that will only intensify with Ukraine out of the market. All that is that remember that there's a lot of ships that were parked there, and they were loaded and they were getting ready to leave. And so I think what's been agreed to is that they will leave. They'll allow them to leave. The question is, does any new ships come and load? And I suspect the answer is no. And one thing you have to understand, as soon as that you have this suspension, insurance companies and others who are insuring these ships are going to be less, their rates are going to go up, and that and likely be prohibitive, so I think this will effectively shut down shipping of foodstuffs coming out of there. So, I mean, hopefully it won't, or hopefully something will be resolved, and that Russia and Ukraine can get back to talks about resumption. But right now it looks very dim. And as I said, it's been tenuous from the get-go. And I think it's unfortunate. I think in one sense, I'm surprised it's lasted this long, just because you're talking about having this kind of truce for food at a time when a war is going on, and we can read every day, the sorts of rocket attacks and other sorts of things. I mean, in one sense, I guess we should be thankful that 3 months we've gotten about 3 months worth out of this. But hopefully that people will return, and that this thing will get continued, because the world needs the grain, and there's no question. And the ones, for developed countries, we may see a little more inflation or prolonged inflation, but for poor countries, it's a much bigger deal. Again, I think that what the world needs is some really big crops, and with a country that accounts for 10% of world exports, that being Ukraine, that's a big hole to build